On a cold, rainy day, it doesn't get much tougher for the nearly 60,000 homeless in Los Angeles. The coronavirus is spreading, and vulnerable communities like this are at risk. The LA Mission Shelter already has its hands full trying to house hundreds, but now they're faced with a uniquely complicated problem. 63-year-old Bob Childs comes to pray at the chapel here. He says his story is all too common in LA, where there are a higher number of people living on the streets than any other US city.
I've always been a strong believer that anyone can end up in a place like this.
A new global pandemic is now an extra concern for Bob, who's battling prostate cancer.
Yeah, my immunity is lower, and yes, I do worry about it, but I pray on it.
Herbert Smith runs the shelter. He's worried about how to deal with an outbreak.
We're concerned about the coronavirus because people living on the street don't have good hygiene. They don't have adequate food supplies sometimes.
Smith and his team are trying to take charge of the situation, educating those on the street of what's coming and how they can safeguard themselves.
We've been able to get the masks, the personal hygiene soap. We have washing stations that will be installed today, and we're trying to do those kinds of things.
Thousands of miles away in Washington, Democrats and Republicans have clashed over a massive emergency aid package, with both sides saying they want to protect Americans. If the bill is passed, people would be able to claim financial help for food, unemployment and sick leave. The problem here with the homeless population in Los Angeles is they don't have a permanent address, which means they won't be able to claim these benefits anyway. And that poses a big problem for authorities. Homelessness is already labelled a public health emergency in this city, and for the most vulnerable, a coronavirus outbreak could turn a desperate situation even more desolate. Duncan McKenzie-McHarg, TRT World, Los Angeles.